how can I create an app in 30 days? Myself, at the age I am, with no technical ability whatsoever, I literally just absorbed all the courses, everything, all the trainings. I literally just absorbed it all and I created an app. And it's just been growing and growing and growing.
That means you must make close to $50,000 a month. Wow.
The tools that you guys have within your training is incredible. There is no reason why this can't happen for anybody else. I looked at my Instagram account and I was like, if I was looking at my Instagram account, would I follow me? And the answer was no. But I literally posted 4 times a day. Yeah, there were days when I'll get no views and there'll be days when no one will comment. But then there'll be a day where something caught.
Welcome Cara Metz to the show. She's an online coach for women over 40 and peri to postmenopausal women. Her app Cara Fitness is her absolute passion, where she has an incredible community of women all supporting each other. Her aim is to let women know that age is just a number and they deserve to feel fabulous and sexy in their own skin, no matter their age.
Absolutely.
Cara, welcome to the show. Yes, awesome. So maybe let's start off with why do you do what you do, and what inflection point made you start your business?
Wow. Okay. So I've been a fitness coach since 1996. So yeah, I don't look that old. I know, but I am. I'm joking. So I have been in the fitness industry for a very, very long time. I kind of went in and out, with family and just different things and different careers, but it was always my passion. And I'm also an ex-dancer, professional dancer. So I was doing a lot of teaching before lockdown. I had my fitness business, but it wasn't massive at the time. And I just decided I was going to do that's just like on Facebook. I was going to do just like a challenge, a 30-day challenge. And this was in November 2019. For whatever reason, I don't know why I decided to do it. I just put it out there to my Facebook friends. Who fancies doing a challenge with me? And, I didn't have a following at the time at all. I mean, this was just my personal profile, and over 200 women decided they wanted to do it with me. So every morning I went live on Facebook and I was like, I think I have something here. And I really enjoyed it. Maybe it's just, I don't know, an ego thing or whatever. I don't know what it was, but I loved doing it and I loved connecting with the women and how much it was really, really helping them. And I was like, I need to create a website. I mean, this is before Passion Days. So I created a website, subscription website, and launched it in January 2020. And I think I had about 25 members who joined up. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. And then lockdown happened. And all the work that I was doing as a professional, like dance teacher and coach, all that obviously had to stop. So I literally just put all my efforts into becoming an online coach, which I think a lot of people did at that time as well. Absolutely loved it. And, my membership grew to, I think, to about 200 during that time. And I just thought this was the best thing ever. And at that time, I then started I started to feel not so great in myself and I didn't understand it. My mother said to me, I think you need to look at menopause. I was like, no. That's not, I'm a fit and healthy person. That's for other women, not for me. And, but then I did start researching it and all the things that I was feeling. I was like, I think this might be perimenopause. And just really started implementing a lot of things with my nutrition and different types of exercise that I was doing. Because, back in the day, it was all cardio, eat, watch your calorie intake. And, it's like you amount of calories in, amount of calories out and this sort of thing. And it wasn't working for me anymore. And I did start to feel like my energy, my mood, I started to put on weight, didn't get it. But then obviously when I researched it, I thought, okay, I need to change and switch things up. So put everything into practice that I was learning for me whilst I was still having this business going on with the other women. And because, I'm going to be 50 next year. So it was the women that I was resonating with were women of my age as well, because I wasn't, there's so many women, younger women, and I thought I'm not going to compete with them. So I just started to put feelers out about how other women were feeling, and they were feeling the same as well. But all through this time, there was this man that kept popping up on my social media called Dan. And he kept popping up about this app, this Passion app. And I was like, he just won't go away. This man called Dan Harper, he just won't go away. And he keeps coming up, keeps coming up. I kept trying to ignore him. And I was like, my absolute dream was to have an app. My dream, my lifetime, I wanted to have an app, but there was absolutely no way I could ever afford it. I had 200 members, that's not a massive amount of money. And I was like, there's no way it's going to happen. So what I did, I mean, I was, feeling like I was being quite successful, changing these women's lives by implementing everything that I was doing, telling them as well. And I just had it in this niggling thing that this app, this guy Dan keeps coming up, keeps coming up. So 2 years ago, I was like, it was Black Friday. I kept seeing the deals coming out, kept seeing them. Black Friday, I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And I did 2 years ago. I put it on my credit card and I thought it was a huge amount of money. It's not a huge amount of money, by the way, just to clarify that. But at the time, I thought it was. I told my husband it was free. I told him it was completely free. He
Good.
knows now it wasn't. But the fact was, I said to him, oh, yeah, I've got this app. And he's like, well, how are you affording it? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. But I just don't know what it was. I just had this gut feeling it was what I needed to do. And I did. So Black Friday 2 years ago, I got the app and it was 30 days, you can create this app. I was like, there's absolutely, how can I create an app in 30 days myself at the age I am with no technical ability whatsoever? And I did it. I looked at all the training. I literally just absorbed everything that Passion give you, which is unbelievable. All the courses, everything, all the trainings, I literally just absorbed it all. And I created an app. And I did it and I launched it. I launched so well, the years go all over the place. Well, what year was it 2 years ago? Was it 21? I launched it
Yes.
January 21. Yeah, January
Then
21.
maybe January 2022 because it's now end of 2023. So if it's like just shy of two
Oh my
years,
gosh.
it would be beginning of
Do you
2021.
find that? Do you find that the years have just all like merged
Very
into
true.
one? It's fun.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyway,
true.
it's
They
2 years
joined.
ago.
Okay. Yeah.
So I launched it and I did everything. And the thing that always comes up when you listen to the community, they always say, trust the process. That's the thing. Trust the process. And
Yep.
I trusted the process. I did exactly as I was told for the first time in my life. And I did it. And I launched January. And then I launched my subscription in March. So that was, just under, just so 2 years ago in the March. So in March coming, it was 2 years ago. And I managed to migrate my members over that I had. And yeah, that's what happened. And it's just been growing and growing and growing in the last 2 years to the incredible. I just pinch myself to what it's grown to now. So I feel so blessed. I feel so grateful that you guys gave me the opportunity to do what I've done with the app, because I never in a million
Thank
years
you.
thought I could have an app. Someone like
Let me
me,
let me
how could
double
I have
click
an app?
on let me double click on a couple of the things that you said because I think it's amazing. First of all, offer like what do I buy if I were a customer?
What do you buy?
Yeah, like
So,
what is it? Is it a group coaching? Is it an on-demand course? Is it both? Like what are the what's the core offer?
oh, what for me? What if they bought into me?
Yeah, let's say I'm a woman in perimenopause, right? I discover you online, then I see
Okay.
some offer. So what do I buy? What's the value that I get?
So you get, well, you start off, you get a 7-day free trial and you can look at everything. You have I've got different subscriptions. So if you get the monthly premium free trial, you get 7 days to look at everything. Every month we do a brand new plan. And
Yeah,
every day is set out for you step by step. So all the workouts, you get a brand new recipe pack, a meal plan every single month. I get do I well, so you get two. You get plant-based and also meat-based as well. You also have, if the monthly plan that we're doing at that moment in time isn't your thing, we also do have a daily plan. So every day I put a new workout, new recipe, new stretch, new meditation. So you can do that. I you also have access to all my workout library, which it's got well over 500. They're real-time workouts, and the workouts that I personally do, I missed this out when I was telling you about it. I just do 15-minute workouts. That's all I do. I don't do any more than 15-minute workouts because, most, say, women, people are super busy and don't have time. And if I said, right, we're going to do an hour 3, 4, 5 days a week, most people might start for 2 weeks and then they end up stopping because motivation goes, life throws you a curveball. But if I say to you, we're going to do 15 minutes, it's over before you know it and it's done. So all of my
What are the price
workouts, I
points?
mean, I've got years and the price point, the monthly, it's as it is at the moment. Is actually the price is going to it is going to raise a little bit in January, but it's £13.99 at the moment. So we're saying to everybody, if you want to join us, you need to lock it in right now. We've got a 3-month subscription for £34.99, and then the year subscription is £119.99. So it's not expensive at all. What I wanted to do was to put something so it's accessible for the normal woman who has got a busy life, don't want to pay too much. You don't have to leave the house. You don't have to have a lot of equipment. Pair of dumbbells would be ideal. And I am there with you working out in real time. I do the workout in real time with you. Now, so it's all recorded, so it's all on demand. So you can pick and choose what workouts you want to do, but it's literally, I am there doing the workout at the same time as you. I'm as if you were at a class in a gym, because I'd worked for years and years in gyms doing group fitness classes. So I'm chatting away to you, giving you teaching points, telling you how to do it. You'll see me when I'm suffering as well, because if I'm
Yeah,
doing something and it's not really it's like, oh, this is really, really hurts, or I'm out of
couple
breath,
of
or I have to,
questions.
yes.
Real quick, like, is there any upsell, like to go into a more private exclusive thing, or this is like the offer, full stop?
That's it at the moment. However, what I am working on, and which I'm going to be speaking to you guys about as well for advice on this, because I know you give me brilliant advice. I'm going to be doing an upsell and creating something for March, and then I also I want to do an upsell so it's more of a personalized thing as well in March time, and then in September, I'm also going to be creating a 12-week one-time payment course. So if you don't want to be a
Yes,
subscription member, I want to do a specific course. And so those are my projections for next year. Obviously, I've got the subscription going on at the moment. I'm really working on January, for obviously, beginning of the year. March, I'm going to be working on this more of it's not going to be one-to-one, but it's going to be a lot more personalized, an upsell for that basically. Yeah. And then doing a specific course in September.
clear. One more question, real quick, on tools for the live streaming. Do you do in-app or do you do Zoom, or how do you do it?
I do it on Facebook.
Ah, Facebook Live, yeah.
Yeah, I do Facebook basically 3 times a week. I do a Facebook Live. I record it at the same time on a different device, and those recordings then get put into the app. So I do have a lot of ladies that do like that they love the Facebook community. I'm really working with the community inside the app as well, because I know that is something that is developing all of the time. Because I've got some people who don't necessarily, some women that don't necessarily do Facebook, but they do like to have the community inside the app. So, I'm working on that as well. So, yeah.
Clear. Let's talk about success. How many paying customers do you have today?
I don't know the exact amount, but it's over 2,600.
2,600.
Yes, maybe
And
about
they,
2,650, maybe. I'm not sure.
yes, and they pay 14 GBP, 2,650. That means you must make north of 37 GBP, 1,000 a month. Let's say in dollars, that would be It's close to $50,000 a month, right? Wow, impressive.
It's I've my life thing is my lifetime goal was to get 1,000 members. That was my pure that was my dream. I've got a book at home. I've got my 5-year plan book, and I looked at it actually a couple of days ago, and in there, my lifetime goal was 1,000 members. I would have been
Wow.
like more than happy with that. And the amazing thing is now I'm bringing on team members. I've got my daughter's now working with me. My daughter-in-law's working with
Awesome.
me. My husband, even though I don't pay him, he keeps telling me I'm not paying him. um, and I have someone who does my video editing as well. So the team is growing, and it's just amazing. And it's all thanks to you guys, because I never
Nice.
thought this could be,
I need to double click more. This is so super exciting.
yeah.
Real quick, like house growth. Let's say a year ago, 2,650 members now. How was it? How was it a year ago?
It started this time last year is when it started to go. It really started to increase. So I would say I had in October last year, I still had around 200, 250 members.
Wow, that's a huge
Yeah.
difference.
I've been very lucky because my social media really took off as well.
Yeah,
But I was relentless with my social media, and I knew that if I wanted exposure, I needed to really, really put some time and effort into that. So I just did a lot of research, a lot of marketing, and as I said, a lot of the tools that you guys have within your training is incredible. That it literally just there is no reason why this can't happen for anybody else, because everything you put in there, it allows you the tools to just create an incredible business as long as you believe in what you do and you're passionate about what you
what's the
do.
process? Hmm. That makes total sense. And maybe let's decipher that a bit. What's the audience size today across channels, and then what was it 12 months ago?
um in It started to fly last November, and I literally had a hard slog on Instagram to get up to 7,000
Yeah.
followers. I'm now on 437,000, I think, on Instagram. And
Wait,
on
wait, 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 wait. Like
hang on,
you had 7,000 followers.
I had
Uh,
7,000. Let me explain. TikTok went for me first,
yeah,
and I couldn't tell you how many I've got on there. I don't know, maybe 100 between 120 and 130,000 on TikTok.
yeah.
Then my Instagram went, and I went from 7,000 to I've got 437, I think, now. That was within a year. And my Facebook has just grown over the last month or two. And I'm now on about 200,000 on Facebook, on my Facebook business page. And my YouTube is about 10,600, I think. But I don't
Amazing.
really put,
So biggest channel is Instagram then,
yeah.
right? You started out on Instagram in the
I've
beginning.
always been on Facebook, always been on Instagram. I didn't put much time. I mean, I had a TikTok account, but I didn't think much of it. I got COVID myself in March, not last year, the March, and I was bored in bed, and I was like, oh, I'll put some of my Instagram videos on TikTok, and something.
Biggest potential channel is Instagram or TikTok.
My 100% Instagram. I find it a lot easier to build relationships on Instagram.
And the customers are mainly from the UK, from the US.
US. uh,
US.
Over 50% are US, 11% is UK, and then it's Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and then like dotted around Europe. And I feel very lucky. I've literally got like 99% women, 98, 99% women, and I've got all the women in my age group from 40,
Ah,
between
perfect.
40 and 60.
So like of course the golden question is, how did you grow Instagram from 7,000 to 437,000 in a year?
I did some courses, and I learned a lot. I did a lot of research, and what I did was I looked at my Instagram account, and I was like, if I was looking at my Instagram account, would I follow me? And the answer was no. So I was like, okay, so what am I going to do that is going to make me, if I was a consumer, follow me? And I just started to put out workouts that people, it's not being scared to put free stuff out there, because this is, I mean, it's all the know, like, and trust factor. Once they know you, once they like you, once they trust you, they're probably going to buy from you. If you give out free stuff, when they come to um, okay, well, if this is all for free, what if I've got to pay a small amount, it must be incredible.
Yeah.
So it was literally, if someone can follow my Instagram, someone can go on my YouTube and they can do my workouts, they can do them. But if they want me to um, give them a plan, give them a meal plan, to give everything step by step, to have me on tap in the Facebook group, to have my communication, then they can do that. But on my Instagram, I literally give them everything, all the tools that they need to make their lives better. How they can reduce their menopause symptoms, how they can do their workouts. I list everything out. I tell them exactly what they need to do. I give them motivational tips about, you know, it's
Got
all
it.
about
So
small
essentially,
goals.
you put
Just
everything on Instagram so that you essentially you always ask yourself the question, would I follow myself? And if
hmm,
everything that is there is so exciting and so good that you think like this is awesome, this is the best resource out there, then
yeah.
you're like happy, and that actually attracts other
Yeah.
people.
And the other thing that I did, because I'm sure you know who Gary V. I
Yeah.
was listening to Gary V, and he was like, I mean, he was talking about TikTok at the time, but this is why I did TikTok first, and then I did it on Instagram, and then I did it on Facebook. I posted 4 times a day
Wow.
without fail. I have not gone a day without posting. The last, I have struggled, I would say, the last like month or two, because things are so busy, and that's why I'm bringing other people on my team to help me. But I literally posted 4 times a day on TikTok, Instagram, and on Facebook, and I was relentless. I
This is a
literally
full-time job. This is like the main. This is like crazy.
100%, hundred
Yeah.
percent, and I just
Yeah.
literally I just kept doing it, and it's hard. It's so, because when we speak to people about social media and they're like, "Oh, I have to do once a day." I'm like, for them to think that they have to do one post a day, it's like, yeah, if you want it to work, you have to put the time in.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
it. And it's replying to every comment, it's replying to the DMs, it's learning about the hooks, learning about just everything. You have to put the work in. There's so many tips and tricks to
Yep.
do it.
Yep. What you're essentially saying is that the quality has to be there. That was your first point, that you would follow yourself, and then the quantity has to be there. So you have to put out heaps, like lots of content,
Yeah.
to
And it was,
outwork your.
and the thing is, if you do that and what you're putting out is good, something will catch.
Yeah,
And
makes sense.
that was my thinking. Yeah, there were days when I'll get no views, and there'll be days when no one will comment, but then there'll be a day where something caught. And you think about the algorithms, you're never going to beat the algorithm. The algorithms are going to be changing
Yeah, it's a
all
numbers
the
game. It's a
time.
numbers game. If a good quality at some point you will hit, I get it.
Yeah.
Just real quick, how do you then do the conversion? So I discover you on social, on Instagram, let's say. I see something, piece of content. How do I ultimately end up paying again? Is that like a bio link in your IG? Like,
I mean, that's another thing as well. I learned all about this, and you guys help with this as well. In the bio, I've got a bio site, and I've got lots of links in there. I've got what they call lead magnets in there. I've got a free recipe pack. So when they click on the recipe pack, they fill out a type form, which they have to put their email address in. So then I can send them the recipe pack. They can go onto my email mailing list. They can see my YouTube. I have all of the links there to the app, to all the different deals that I've got going on at the time. And that was another thing, it's getting people onto your email list. I think I've managed to get over 20,000 people on my email list. When I started off, there was minimal on there. I know that's an area that I need to nurture more myself. And again, I've brought people on my team to really help me with this. So It's building those relationships to help, but it's finding like different lead magnets that would really, really help. And the other thing I've started implementing now, which I'm sure you know about, is I now start to use ManyChat on my Instagram and Facebook posts, which is literally it's a tool that you would say, put a heart in the comments if you'd like
Yep.
me to send you a free recipe pack, and then you get these automated messages, and then again you can collect people's email addresses. So but you're giving people stuff for free, and you're giving them, you're not, yeah, okay, you're getting something from them, but you're ultimately giving them something. They don't have to buy anything,
Yep.
but you're giving them stuff for free.
Clear. And your 2,600 customers, are they then mainly coming through? So they leave the email, you then do promotions through email, and then they buy, or is it they just go to the app as well because there's a link somewhere, and they also
I
do
think
that
it's a
like
combination of. I think it's
combination?
a combination. I wouldn't say too much is to do with the emails, because I've created this big email like community, and I'll put my hands up. That's something I've not had time to nurture, and that's over the next year. That is something I really want to like nurture and do a lot of. The email journeys. If someone sends an email, there's a lot of journey things. I'm still figuring. I'm figuring things out at the moment, about how to utilize what I've created at this moment in time.
You're clear. Let's move to the next section. This is about expenditures as well. So what's the team size today? Where do you spend money?
Team size, I've got my creative director, which is it's very family based. My
Yeah,
daughter-in-law has come on to help me. She's like the media manager, so she's now helping me with all the media creation. I have somebody who is helping me with editing of videos, and I have my husband who does a lot of the financial side of
clear,
things.
clear.
So
So that's not going to be a lot of cost, I guess. But like
no,
like
my
where do you spend money? It's like tools. Like where what else?
I spend tools on what do I send to it? MailChimp, my
What?
MailChimp, Typeform, Zapier. What else do I'm using the ultimate VO. What do you call it? Sorry, I'm terrible now. My brain has gone. The Passion Ultimate.
Yeah.
I
Plus.
have the lovely Evie who works with me in Passion. So we have the Passion Plus I'm working with as well. And that's incredible because the support you get is amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it really.
Okay, let's move on to future. Do you think you can grow it up to 10x by
100%.
yourself? So let's say 26,500 customers.
How many?
26,500
Oh my
customers.
gosh. 10,000 is my next ultimate goal.
Yeah, but that's like again in your book, right? You like putting 10,000 and all
I
of a
put
sudden it's
10,000.
26,000.
10,000 is in my next projection for the next 5 years. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Let's say 10,000. Can you get it there by yourself?
100%. No doubt. Have absolutely no doubt at all.
Okay, so what's the best strategy then to win big in the next 12 months to deliver on that?
To believe in yourself.
Yes, and also do what is specific, like just repeat what you have done the last 12 months because you have a crazy growth right now.
Yeah, it's I would say it is building systems. This is what we're doing at the moment, is building systems. So if we do bring anybody else on, we've got all the systems in place. Everything that I've done, and this is like, I'm very lucky because like I said, my daughter and my daughter-in-law are the most organized people in the world, and I am the most disorganized. Like I have comfort in my chaos, and everything is all over the place. They're literally sorting everything out at the moment. So for me to grow, everything needs to be put in its place, and everything needs to be like
That's true.
a proper business. I know obviously I do have a proper business, but it is making sure everything is implemented in the best way possible. Today we're going to be looking at doing Facebook and Instagram ads. I'm going to be doing that. So we're moving forward with that side of thing as well. Yeah.
Biggest thing holding you back? Like what's holding you back from achieving it?
Um, what's holding me back from achieving? Probably just time at the moment, because I'm doing a lot of training with the girls as well, teaching them everything that I've learned, everything that I've done. Um, I would say with my social media at the moment, it's kind of gone on a level. It's not growing at the moment, but I've not been focusing on it as much because of the business has
Yeah.
taken over. You know,
Yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah.
only 24 hours in the day, and I
So you have to
literally work.
balance essentially the growth of the business
Yeah.
with delivering the value. Okay, that makes sense.
And for me, it's doing what I do. I believe I do best. I create the content. I do the communications with the ladies that I work with. You know, I know my best qualities are not in the business side of
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
That's why I've
Clear,
got other
very
people
clear.
on. So I'm doing what I want to do and focus on what I do best. And that is what essentially brought people in the beginning. And I've had to come away from that a little bit. So again, it's finding the right balance for it to actually grow again.
It's very clear, very clear. It's good that you see this yourself. Moving over to a section called Famous Five. What's your favorite business book?
Oh my gosh. I listen to podcasts. I don't read
Fine. Favorite
books.
podcast? It's also good.
My Amy Porterfield, I listen to her podcast religiously. Jenna Kutcher, I listen to the Gold Digger. I tell you where I started with podcasts. I don't listen to him now, but it was Tony Robbins got me started on podcasts. Gary
Yeah.
Vee, um, Tom Bilyeu, Ed Milet. Um, I'm trying to think who's on my podcast list.
That's all right. That's all right. It's like
I
it's
got loads.
more than enough. Favorite person that you are studying?
Amy Porterfield at the moment. I'm just literally absorbing everything that she's doing right now.
Favorite social media channel for inspiration?
Ooh. Do you know what? I don't spend a lot of time on social media other than myself.
Good. Favorite online tool
Can
for
I tell
building
you
your
why? Can I tell you why?
yes.
Because when I do, I have it lowers my confidence because I do that self comparison is the killer of dreams. And if I look too much on other people's social media, and I don't have time, I do not have time to go on other people's because I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, makes sense. Favorite online tool for building your company?
Passion.
Thank you. Biggest thing on your mind right now?
Sorry.
Biggest thing on your mind right now?
Oh gosh, the for the business, it's the January my 12-week plan that I've got coming up that we've got Black Friday obviously, but we've got everything set in motion, ready. That's all started to go already. We've got a 12-week plan. We've created it. It's reset, recharge, and reignite. So each month is a different thing, and it's literally how we are going to get that out there to the masses. Basically, a 12-week plan for women over 40 to feel fabulous and sexy in their own skin.
Nice. Perfect. Moving over to personal, how many hours do you sleep per night?
Not enough. Probably about between 5 and 6, maybe. 6 is a good night.
6 is a good night. Nice. What's the situation? Married, single, any kids? You obviously have a daughter, so
I am married to my lovely husband, Larry. We have a very interesting story. We were married, we divorced, and then we remarried. 16
no,
years.
nice.
We were apart for 16 years, so it's the girl's father. So yeah, we had a long time apart, got back together. And without him, I would say, without his love and support, this would have been a lot more difficult.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Crazy. That's another story for another podcast.
It's another story.
What's your age right now?
49, I'm gonna be 50 in May.
Amazing. Okay, final question, because we also want to share some advice. If you could go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, what's the best piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Follow my gut and believe in what I wanted to do, believe in myself. I'd listened to too many other people.
Great. So this is Cara Metz. She's an online coach for women over 40 and to postmenopausal women. In her old career, she was a fitness coach for like a long time. She went then all online, especially around COVID, and yeah, has her own app with a monthly, quarterly, annual plan in it. Has today 2,650 customers. Her social completely blew up over the last 12 months by putting in the hard work, which means providing excellent quality content at a really high quantity every single day. She's on an insane streak to post 4 times a day since then. Her biggest channel is Instagram, but she also grew significantly on TikTok and her email list and on Facebook and likely also YouTube and the other channels. It's a family business that she runs with her husband and her daughter, who all bring their strengths and weaknesses together. Her only cost items are for tools, and she has a good strategy in place to crush it big in the next year. She loves Amy Porterfield, Gary Vee, Tony Robbins. Is on a tight plan, like a tight. She only sleeps for 5.5 hours essentially, and yeah, we'll crush it big before her 50th birthday. Thank you so much for sharing your
Thank
passion and taking us to the
you.
next level.
And if anybody wants to follow on Instagram, it's Cara Metz _. That's on TikTok and Instagram, and on Facebook, it's Cara Fitness. So just wanted to put that one in there.
Sure. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.